Most people spend their lives waiting for the perfect opportunity, waiting for confidence, waiting for inspiration, waiting to finally feel motivated enough to begin. They tell themselves, I'll start tomorrow. I'll start next week. I'll start when life slows down. But tomorrow becomes next month becomes next year, and before they realize it, years have disappeared. The greatest tragedy isn't failure, it's never beginning. Miyamoto Musashi understood something that most people still refuse to accept. Motivation is a terrible leader. If Musashi had waited until he felt inspired, he never would have become history's greatest swordsman. His life was not built on motivation, it was built on discipline. That is the lesson we still need today. We live in a world obsessed with motivation. Every day we're told to watch another video, read another quote, listen to another speech, as if the right words will suddenly transform our lives. For a few moments they do. You feel excited. You imagine a better future. You promise yourself that this time will be different. Then morning arrives. The alarm goes off. Your body feels heavy. Your mind starts negotiating. I deserve one more hour. I'll do it tomorrow. I've had a long day. And just like that, motivation disappears. Because motivation is a feeling. Feelings are temporary. They come and go like the weather. You would never trust the weather to decide the direction of your life. So why trust your feelings? Musashi knew that a warrior who only trained when he felt like training would never survive his first real battle. The battlefield doesn't care how motivated you feel. Life doesn't either. The work still needs to be done. The decision is simple. Either your feelings control your actions, or your actions control your future. Most people believe disciplined people are somehow different. They imagine that successful people wake up excited every morning, that they enjoy every workout, every difficult conversation, every early morning, every sacrifice. The truth is much simpler. They don't enjoy every moment. They simply refuse to negotiate with themselves. When it's time to train, they train. When it's time to work, they work. When it's time to rest, they rest. There is no endless debate, no emotional bargaining. Only action. Musashi spent decades mastering the sword, not because every day was exciting, but because mastery demands repetition. The greatest victories are rarely won in dramatic moments. They're earned through ordinary days, thousands of them. One quiet decision after another. Every action you take is shaping your identity. When you skip the workout, you aren't just skipping one workout. You're teaching yourself who you are. When you keep your promise to yourself, even when it's difficult, you're doing the same thing. Every decision casts a vote for discipline, or a vote for comfort. People often believe they need confidence before they act, but confidence doesn't come first. Action comes first. Confidence follows. Think about the first time you drove a car. You weren't confident. You became confident because you kept driving. The first time you stepped into a gym, you probably felt uncomfortable. The first presentation you gave was probably filled with nerves. The first difficult conversation probably kept you awake the night before. You didn't become confident and then take action. You took action until confidence appeared. Musashi understood this long before modern psychology gave it a name. Skill is built through repetition, not emotion. The greatest obstacle isn't failure. It's hesitation. Hesitation gives fear time to grow. The longer you wait, the larger the challenge becomes in your mind. You tell yourself, you'll start on Monday, then next Monday, then next month. Eventually, the task feels so overwhelming that you convince yourself it was never possible in the first place. But something remarkable happens the moment you begin. The resistance weakens. The first page leads to another. The first mile becomes 2. The first workout becomes a habit. Momentum is one of the most powerful forces in life. It doesn't exist before you move. It only appears after you've taken the first step. Most people wait for motivation to create momentum. The disciplined create momentum through action. That is the difference. One waits, the other moves. Musashi wrote that strategy must be practiced every day. Not when it's convenient, not when conditions are perfect, every day. That doesn't mean perfection. It means consistency. Some days your best will be extraordinary. Other days your best may simply be showing up. Both count. Because discipline is not about perfection. It's about refusing to quit. Modern life makes comfort dangerously easy. Entertainment is always one click away. Distraction is always within reach. Excuses are easier to find than ever before. The greatest battle most people fight isn't against another person. It's against the voice inside their own mind, the voice that whispers, "Not today." Musashi would tell you not to argue with that voice. Don't negotiate. Don't debate. Simply move. Stand up. Put on your shoes. Open the book. Make the phone call. Take the first step before your mind has time to convince you otherwise. Action silences doubt far more effectively than thinking ever will. Imagine meeting yourself 10 years from now. One version waited. He waited until he felt ready. Waited until he had more money, more confidence, more time. He spent years preparing to begin. The other version started before he felt ready. He trained when he was tired. He worked when no one noticed. He remained disciplined when motivation disappeared. Both men had the same opportunities, the same fears, the same 24 hours each day. Only one chose action over comfort. The distance between those two lives is built one decision at a time, not one giant moment, thousands of ordinary moments. That is how Musashi became legendary, not through a single duel, not through talent alone, but through relentless consistency. He understood that greatness is never given. It is earned quietly, patiently, one disciplined choice after another. So stop waiting to feel motivated. Stop waiting for confidence to arrive. Stop waiting for life to become easier. The person you want to become is not waiting on the other side of motivation. He's waiting on the other side of action. Begin today. Begin while you're uncertain. Begin while you're uncomfortable. Begin before you feel ready. Because the people history remembers are not the ones who waited for the perfect moment. They are the ones who moved despite imperfect conditions. That is the way of Musashi, and it can become your way as well.